G'day trendsetters, Dano here from Dano's channel, back at ya, one mo again. Do you have one of these V6 120 series Prados? Have you got a bit of a grindy, whirry noise, a little bit like this, coming from the front of the engine? If you do, chances are you've done either a belt tensioner pulley or one of the idlers on the front of the engine. In today's project from the shed, I'm going to be changing out the engine pulleys or idlers, whatever you like to call them, with a set that I've picked up. So I've got these NuLine ones which are made by Dayco. I'll be replacing them, and the serpentine belt. I figure I've got to have the belt off, so I might as well change it all at the same time, and hopefully that noise will disappear. Without too much more buggerising around, let's get into it. Alright, first thing we're going to do, let's take this little bit of a guard off so we can get up to the belt tensioner and all the idlers that are up in there. When you do go to take this off, if you're anything like me, it'll be full of crap, so just engage your safety squints when you're doing it. I'm just going to set that one back in there to hold it so it doesn't fall on me. Rightio, with that out the way, you can see our belts and that up in there. If you're not real sure how they're routed or anything like that, I suggest you take a picture before you pull your belt and everything off. One easy way to remember what goes where is smooth to smooth and groove to groove when you're putting that belt back on. Alright, let's whip that belt off and start work. I don't know if you can see it too well on the camera, but these are the idlers that we're going to be replacing. This one here is your belt tensioner. All of these have left-handed threads except for the belt tensioner, which is right-handed. To get the tension off your belt so that you can you take your belt off and replace all the pulleys, we're going to start by putting a bar on this with our ratchet set to left hand. We'll crank that back a bit and take the belt off. 14mm socket. Righto, now we've got the tension off our belt, we'll just take that belt off the rest of the way without getting too much crap in our eyes and start replacing our idlers. Alright, so it's up to you how you do this, but if you want to secure your belt tensioner off to one side while you're taking the belt off, what you can do is when you crank it around, you can slide an Allen key or something in through that little hole there and lock it so that the tensioner stays in the loose position. So I'll show you what that looks like once I've got it in. You can see there I've pulled the tensioner around and I've slipped an Allen key in through that little hole and secured against the chassis. Now I can take that belt adjuster off. These are all 14mm sockets, and remember, the one on the belt adjuster is right hand thread, so don't crank on it and snap it off trying to loosen it. With our new pulleys installed, we've now got to torque the bolts down on them to manufacturer specs, which is 39 Newton meters. So I'll move that camera out the way. I'll give all them a bit of a nip up, and then we'll jump on to throwing the belt on. And just remember, when you're torquing the belt adjuster, it is a right hand thread. Okay, with all them torqued up, now last thing we've got to do is throw our belt back on. So let's get into that. Okay, serpentine belt's all back on. See it all routed around the idlers and all that sort of stuff. Once again, remember, smooth to smooth, groove to groove. That's an easy way of remembering how to route this belt. If you're not quite sure, some vehicles have a sticker under the bonnet showing you how the belt's supposed to be routed. If it doesn't, have a look in the owner's manual. It'll show you in there how it's supposed to be routed. I'm going to put a picture up just after this showing you how it's supposed to go. Alright, last thing to do is bang this the guard back on, and job's done. There you go, all done and dusted. Much quieter than what it was before, and I'm pretty happy with that. It's not a hard job, you don't need any special tools, maybe a torque wrench, but you can probably borrow one of them from one of your mates. But, look, if you've liked this video, please give us a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button down there in the doodly-doo. Until the next one, bye for now.